short. And we're good. Hello, guys. My name is Nod Lammers of Team Northwest Warriors, and this is the live stream we have with us.
I'm Dark Inferno.
Next, please.
Where's our third person?
Yeah, James doesn't seem to be here.
There.
Yo, James!
I can't hear James.
Well, since
I can't either.
either James is far away or his mic is not working.
I see his name lighting up, but I can't hear him.
Yeah.
Wait, shh. James, say something. Nope, nothing.
Yeah, his name's lighting up. Anyway, we also have King with us. He's the new guy.
Yep. Hello, Internet.
So today is a very special day, mostly because it's July 3rd, fireworks and whatnot tomorrow and things. But as well as that, we also have a brand new set coming out Friday, which comes out right before North American World Championships, which is a pretty big deal considering the set that it is. And the set, of course, is none other than Battles of Legend, Light's Revenge. Now, there's plenty of talk about this set right now, especially like online, because of how great this set is. But I decided to pull it up right now, get the team together, and we're going to talk about this set. We're going to talk about the cards in it, and we're going to start with all the new stuff along with some of the more interesting reprints that are in it. And the first card on the block is Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon. Now, this card is an Odd Eyes monster. It's Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon, Light Dragon, level 8, oddly enough, 3,000, 2,000. And its effect is, if a Pendulum monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you contribute one monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. And its last effect is, if an Odd Eyes card or cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one Odd Eyes card in your hand, monster zone, or pendulum zone instead. So, I know I played Odd Eyes for a little bit, and I know Alex currently plays Odd Eyes, or Dark Inferno, sorry, plays Odd Eyes, so let's get chatting.
Still
can't hear
okay,
James.
so... Yeah. So, in the Odd Eyes deck, which, of course, as we all know, is going to die soon, this will be a very good addition, especially with the other new stuff for the Odd Eyes, but we'll get into that in a moment. Basically, I would end up using it exactly how Yuya used it in the anime. Because that is how that's how that card is used. From what I'm seeing and what I understood from what you said, what you read. Yeah,
he seems to... Oh, there's some James. I heard him. I heard some buzz. He's trying. By the way, this is I know the stream didn't actually see it, but there's a Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon for you up on the screen now. He's interesting to me. If a pendulum, I like the fact that he has like that whole pendulum thing going for him. Like, it's like if something would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you contribute it and then summon him, essentially, like a tag out mechanic he got. I also like his Ancient Gear ability, where if he attacks, you can't do anything about it. And he's pretty beefy, too.
Yeah, he's 3,000, 2,000, it's 500 more than standard Odd Eyes.
Yeah, but one of my big issues with this card is he's not level 7. He doesn't fit with a lot of the other Odd Eyes cards, and he's not a dark dragon, he's a light dragon.
So it doesn't really help the versatility of its own archetype.
Yeah.
It does in some ways, but in others it just fails.
Honestly, I see this more as a last resort card.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing him as kind of like, if you're running pure Odd Eyes, which good luck to you, I applaud you, but he is the black sheep of the Odd Eyes deck. I'm seeing him. He's kind of like the again, I just referenced it, but he's the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon of the deck, except I feel he's less useful than Reactor Dragon.
Yeah.
In the archetype he's meant for.
Yeah, because why run this when you can just go into the Odd Eyes fusions?
Yeah, why use him when you could make Meteor Bursts, Absolute, Raging, Vortex. Vortex is great. Like,
Beast Eyes. Beast Eyes is
pretty
great.
good too. Yeah. He just doesn't seem worth the time. And it makes me glad that I believe he's ultra rare. Yeah, it makes me glad that he's an ultra rare and not taking up one of the secret slots. Now, before we move on into the next few cards, there are some cards I couldn't find in the encyclopedia that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Some cards had their name changed from the list, so I didn't find everything. So I don't have Performapal Odd Eyes Synchron to show, but I don't. So we're not going to talk about him. All I know is that I'm pretty sure he's a tuner of some sort. Which is cool, finally
I saw a picture of it once. What I can remember, it is just like a robot with 2 gear eyes that are red and green, with a top hat and bow tie.
Yeah, sounds very Performapal.
I have the card effect here for when we get to it.
Oh, Synchron? Well, let's just talk about Synchron before we go on, then. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, and King here is right. It's a level 2. It's a scale 6.
Ooh. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So, it's Pendulum effect. Once per turn, you can target one Odd Eyes monster you control. This turn, that face-up monster is treated as a tuner. It also becomes level 1, even if this card leaves the field.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see uses for that. I've had several Odd Eyes deck where I've really needed another one to go into, say, Nirvana High Paladin.
Yeah, that scale effect's actually very good.
Yeah. And then its monster effect. If this card was special summoned from the extra deck, if this special summon card from the extra deck is used as material. Okay. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. Again,
when this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 3 Pal or Odd Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but it has its effects negated. Once per turn, you can target one card in your Pendulum zone, special summon it, but it has its effects negated, and if you do, immediately after this effect resolves, sync or summon one Synchro monster, using only that monster and this card. So, it's a free Synchro. That's what I got out of that. It's a free Synchro.
Yeah, he seems okay. I definitely think his scale effect is a lot more relevant than his monster effect. I actually just went looking.
The only thing I can see using the scale effect for, or the monster effect for, is going into Clearwing.
Yeah, I cannot find the 6 scale guy on. Oh, no, that's Lizard Draw. Never mind.
Yeah, but its Pendulum effect is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, that Pendulum effect is really, really nice.
That's pretty nuts.
The only
mix that in with Noble Dragon Magician, just synchros for days.
Yeah,
the
6 scale isn't bad either.
No,
I only have
it's
one
lower
problem.
than what you'd need to summon Odd Eyes himself, but
yeah,
because you're trying to summon like Meteor Burst or something, it's useful.
Yes. Yeah, even though we have 12 different ways to go into Meteor Burst right now. But, yeah, its Pendulum Scale effect is going to be great, if that's actually what it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what's next?
This is Performapal Odd Eyes Minotaur. He's a level 4 Beast Warrior Pendulum effect monster. Again, another scale 6. And his Pendulum effect is, if a Performapal or Odd Eyes monster you control attacks a defense position monster, you can inflict piercing damage to your opponent. And that's not like a once per turn. That's a blanket effect.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's pretty decent. That's pretty good. Pierce damage is always good on a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
Hurry all your monsters and bore the spear.
Yeah, it's like, I've never complained. I was thinking Cyber End Dragon, but that's just because me. Anyone who knows me knows I love me a Cyber Dragon. But yeah, I think the scale effect's all right. It could be better, and scale 6 is good.
And its monster effect?
His monster effect is if a pendulum monster you control attacks an opponent's monster during damage calculation, you can make that opponent's monster lose 100 attack for each Performapal and Odd Eyes card you control during that damage calculation. So this counts pendulum scales.
Yes. I'm noticing these new Odd Eyes support are Performapal.
Yeah.
And not Odd Eyes like magicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely leaning more in towards a pure Performapal Odd Eyes deck than it is like Poem.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to complain about. I think that Performapal is cool. I love the deck. But there also seemed to be a lot more battle focus from a couple of them, from what the new, like from Lancer and Minotaur, and a little bit of what Synchron was.
Synchron.
Yeah. It just, but we got a couple other guys that are up next, which is Performapal Odd Eyes Dissolver. He is a level 8 spellcaster dark pendulum monster scale 4, so he's already trash.
Yeah.
His pendulum effect is once per turn you can fusion summon a dragon type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. So he's doing what Trump Witch does, but kind of worse.
Yeah. Was that his scale effect?
That's his scale. That's his scale, and he's a scale 4, so he's just as useful. So like, he's he's actually less useful in the scale than Trump Witch.
Yeah.
His monster. I hope his monster effect's able to redeem him. So, oh, by the way, he's a 2026 for his stats.
Oh, well,
so he kind of follows the trend of like the Poem magicians being a little bit more defensive, while the Zark magicians seem more offensive.
Yeah.
So his monster effect is at the start of the damage step, if a pendulum monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, that monster you control cannot be destroyed by that battle. You can only use this effect of Performapal Odd Eyes Dissolver once per turn. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using cards in your pendulum zones and or your monsters you control as fusion materials, including this card. So
and that clause right there, including this card.
Well, Rune Eyes. Yeah. Rune Eyes. He's an 8. He's huge.
He is. Yeah, I wouldn't use him to go into Rune Eyes.
Same.
I use him for Vortex.
Yeah. Does Vortex need? It just needs a pendulum monster, doesn't it?
It needs a pendulum monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I just wouldn't use a Dissolver.
Yeah, he doesn't seem. I mean, yes, it's like, oh, I'm gonna attack with my pendulum monster, and I get a special summon a 26 defender, but
why would I do that when I can just Odd Eyes fuse?
Yeah, why do that? Yeah. And what's cool is that he can use your pendulum zones, the cards in your pendulum zones for fusion materials.
That is the one redeeming quality I'm seeing here, is that he can use the pendulum scales.
That is that's very cool, and it almost, what's really sad is that one of the chase cards out of Dimensional Guardian, well, quote-unquote chase cards, it wasn't even that like hard to pull, was Pendulum Fusion, and he does the same thing, and I have a feeling he's going to be easier to pull.
Yeah. He's Ultra, isn't he?
Let me pull up the list.
He is an Ultra.
Yes, Ultra Rare.
Synchron is a secret.
Synchron is a secret rare? Cool.
Jeez.
Damn.
I like
Good job, Synchron.
Yeah, I wonder. He's so far. Synchron's the best one I've heard. Dissolver seems like he's not good in my opinion. If you want to use him, because if you don't have Pendulum Fusion, use him. If you're not going to use Pendulum Fusion, use Dissolver because he seems cool and he replaces it. Or yes, but if you want something better, just use Trump Witch.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up is Performapal 5 Rainbow Magician.
Yeah, he's 5 arc on my screen, but yeah, 5 rainbow. He is a level 1 spellcaster, 100/100, scale 12.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a light spellcaster, so he's already lost synergy with like a good chunk of the deck.
He's mainly used for his effect.
His scale or monster? Because his scale effect is huge.
Yeah, the scale effect is
So,
what's the scale effect?
You want to do it or you want me to do?
This is kind of more toward my area, so I'll read it.
Alright.
Okay.
You cannot pendulum summon monsters except from your... This effect cannot be negated. Apply these effects to each player depending on the number of set cards in their spell trap zone. 0. Monsters they control cannot attack or activate effects. 4 or more, the attack of all monsters they control become double. That is literally the anime's effect.
That's
You're
okay, I
serious?
guess.
Yes.
It seems like that can backfire a lot, especially if you're playing something like Phantasm Spiral, where literally they have tons of back row.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, my Phantasm Spiral Dragon's double 29 punch.
I can honestly, I see no use for that because the only thing I would use that for is to reenact the final fight from the anime.
He definitely seems like a.
That's it.
That's it. Just
A throwaway. He seems more like a throwaway for its pendulum.
I looked at his
power.
monster effect, and his monster effect just puts him back in the pendulum zone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it says his monster effect is if a
Yeah.
spell or trap card is set on your field while this card's in your graveyard, except during damage, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. That's
Oh my god!
I mean,
he's big. He's a
so
big scale.
He is a scale 12, which is something, but the fact that he only lets you pendulum summon from the extra deck is
Yeah. it's like,
Basically,
you open him.
he is a glass cannon that's already broken.
He's a cracked glass
Especially-
cannon.
With one fire, it ruins everything.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't
This card is
You know what's sad is actually when links come out, he's actually useless.
yeah.
Because if you will never have 4 set back row because you'll have your scales in Performapals, so you can never set 4.
So, once the links come out in America, he becomes pointless!
Yeah, so he's dead before he
Perfect.
comes out. All right, so 5 arc is trash. Moving on. This one is Super Heavy Samurai Fist. This is a level 2 tuner for the deck.
CJ, I think maybe we should go down to the extra deck and talk about the Odd Ice.
Oh, did we? Sorry. I was looking at the main deck
Yeah.
stuff. All right,
You
so,
messed up Odd Eyes Venom Dragon.
Odd Eyes
is
Venom
what I
Dragon
believe.
is now Super Heavy Samurai Fist. No. So Odd Eyes Venom Dragon is a level 10 Dark Dragon with 3325 and he's a
Catch
scale
up
1.
Video.
If I can remember, its materials you need are 2 Dark Pendulum monsters.
No,
correct?
it's actually a Starving Venom monster and an Odd Eyes monster. So already you have to be I smell is Arc Magicians? Eat your heart outs. Like, for real. This is cool. This is cool. I'm all for giving Zark Magicians more to do than just summon Zark.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, so,
They need something to boost
Wait,
their
you know what?
powers.
Zark Magicians are Xyz Dragon, Pendulum Dragon, and other stuff. Zark Magicians can't summon this with their guys. Never mind.
No, you would have,
Alright,
you would have
they
to
need
summon
Venom.
Starving Venom.
They well, Zark Magicians
Well,
can
they
summon
can
Starving.
summon.
They can summon Starving.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
They can summon all of
Let's-
them. I got
at the moment, that until we get the Supreme. What's the name of the Supreme King Venom?
Supreme King Servant Starving Venom.
Okay, then you could use that.
Hang on, I'll look it up. Starving Supreme
I
King
think it
Dragon
is
Starving
Supreme
Venom.
King. Yeah.
And it just needs 2 Dark Pendulum monsters, which honestly Zark Magicians can make that a lot easier, which would be really cool.
Yes.
Okay. So we need a monster we don't have yet for the deck that wants to summon Odd Eyes Venom, but we can't use it yet.
Yeah.
Perfect. We are going places.
Yep.
So anyway, let's get back to Odd Eyes Starving. Odd Eyes Venom.
Sorry.
His
Yeah.
monster. I'll go with his monster effect first, just to switch it up. So of course, he needs a Starving Venom monster and an Odd Eyes monster. So any Odd Eyes Performapal or Odd Eyes monster, and Starving Venom Dragon or whatever, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon or Supreme King Starving Venom, and he.
One of the two. Your choice.
Yeah, you can Dragon's Mirror him if you really wanted. He must be either fusion summoned or pendulum summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. And once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and until the end phase, this card gains attack equal to that monster's current attack, and his name becomes that monster's original name, and replace his effect with the targeted monster's effects. This card in the monster zone is destroyed. If he's destroyed in the monster zone, you can special summon one card from your Pendulum zone, and if you do, place him into the Pendulum zone. So he does that thing that Mirage Dragon does.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Okay.
And then, other than that,
Yeah.
he just seems to be a straight upgrade of Starving Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
And Starving Venom was
So-
never bad.
What's the Pendulum effect? Once per turn, you can target one fusion monster you control. It gains 1,000 for each monster
Huh.
your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn.
Big Vortex.
Well, that actually sounds kind of good.
That's useful until Lynx.
Yes, until Lynx. Be happy until Lynx, people.
Yeah.
Lynx is going to kill a lot of things.
I like his monster effect.
Yeah, I do too.
I really
His Pendulum effect is good if you're going against a fusion heavy deck.
So
No,
basically,
it
we
says
can all
it's your
agree.
fusion monster.
No,
It's your fusion monster.
It's just any monster, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah, that's decent.
I think
So we can all agree. Eyes Venom is great.
not great. I think he's okay. I think he's a good card.
Yeah, I'd say it's okay.
I'd
It's
run him in
not
Zark.
the greatest thing
I'd
in
run
the
him in
world.
Zark Magicians.
Yeah, when we get the
Or Supreme Kings. You could run whatever you want to put him in. You could run him in Performapal, or you can run him in Poem if you really want.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a good card. I think he's all right. He's worth running for like a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's his attack? 33?
33-25.
That's
Ooh.
not bad.
He is big. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
That's not bad at all.
No, he is. He's a level 10. He better be big. All right. So next up is
My
some more
fusion
extra
bro.
deck stuff.
Next up is more extra deck stuff, and this is your...
These are my boys. These are my babies. This is D2D Super Doom King Dark Armageddon, and he is their Xyz. He is their Xyz Pendulum monster. He's a scale 1 Dark Fiend level 8. Of course he is. He's a 35 3000. Sorry, I'm getting choked up. He's a 35 3000, and his Pendulum effect reads: once per turn, if you have a DD card in your other Pendulum zone, you can special summon one D2D Xyz monster from your extra deck, except for D2D Super Doom King Darkness Armageddon. That is actual garbage. I'm not even gonna lie. That's hot trash unless you're running multiple copies of him, because Kali Yuga's
Your boy's a failure.
Kali Yuga's only good with his material, so this is that's kind of bad. If it said summon one D2D Xyz monster from your extra deck and attach your other Pendulum Zone card to it as an Xyz material, he would be amazing.
But no.
Yeah.
But no, he's not. So
Okay. So what's the monster effect?
his monster, he requires 2 level 8 D2D monsters to summon, and his effect is when this card is Xyz summoned, you can attach one face-up DD Pendulum monster from your extra deck to this card as a material. Pendulum monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. And once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, then target monsters your opponent controls equal to the number of Pendulum monsters you control and destroy them. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in your Pendulum zone.
That
What was it?
Okay.
this card is already shaping up to needing its own deck.
Yeah. It needs a plan with itself and only itself.
Yeah.
More
Well,
than
so-
anything else.
Okay.
And I'd imagine the other Supreme King Armageddons.
So my biggest issue with him is I read the last effect where it's like whenever he's Xyz summoned, you can attach a D2D Pendulum monster from your extra deck to this card as a material, and I was like, oh, that's what his Pendulum effect is for. You summon another copy of him. No, it doesn't count as an Xyz summon. He's hurting himself. He wants to be good.
He also can't summon himself with his Pendulum effect.
This is a problem.
Oh yeah, you're right. He can't summon himself. Never mind.
So,
Anyways,
what?
Can I say one thing and one thing only?
All right.
And this is something I remember hearing about. That all the Super Doom King Armageddon cards are based off of the villains of each type. Like, Dark King. He's supposed to look kind of like Dawn Thousand from Zexal.
Yeah, he kind of has a Zexal look to him. He has a very Barian look to him.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And our next topic, aka Super Doom King Bright Armageddon, the Synchro, looks like the villains from
He looks like a mech lord.
5Ds.
He straight up looks like a mech lord, which is I like him just because.
God, what was that guy?
Zone.
Zone, yeah.
All right, so this is another Pendulum monster. He has the same exact stats, same scale, and his Pendulum effect is except he's a level 10 monster, so he matches up with Alexander, Executive Alexander. His Pendulum effect is once per turn, an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can target one D-to-D Synchro monster you control, destroy as many monsters your opponent controls with defense less than or equal to the targeted monster's attack as possible. And if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. Well, he's already better than the Xyz one.
Okay, hold on. Before we continue this, read the monster effect.
All right. He needs DD tuner and one or more non-tuner DDD monsters. And his monster effect reads, your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects. If another monster is normal summoned or special summoned, except during the damage step, while this monster is on the field, you can activate this effect. Your opponent chooses one Pendulum monster they control, and all other face-up monsters they currently control have their effects negated. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your Pendulum zone.
Okay, so think about that.
So,
did you see the last episode of the anime?
No, I did not.
I did. It's for
CJ
that.
knows exactly what this is used for then.
Yeah, it literally just stops your. Yeah.
So,
It literally, it's a shutdown card.
It's to stop Performa Pals, yeah. It's to stop the Odd Eyes Venom, Odd Eyes Clear, and Odd Eyes whatever. It's to stop those guys. Which is, it's fine. First of all, I actually really like his first few effects. The first effect, your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects. That makes him great already. That makes him pretty good. But he's, in my opinion, he's better than the Xyz one.
Reading that second monster effect, this is looking like it'll be useful against Pendulum deck too, because if they can't choose a Pendulum monster, monsters get negated.
Yeah.
Oh, even if they can't choose a Pendulum monster?
Yeah, they have. If they don't pick one, then their entire field just gets nullified. All the monsters just nullified.
Then he's actually pretty freaking great.
Yeah, so that's how it was used in the anime as well.
Hey, that's
pretty good. Brightest and dark, it looks like a yin and yang of usefulness.
Yeah.
Now we also don't have. To be fair, we don't have the other two yet.
We don't have purple. Purple's the last one we need.
Oh yeah.
So we don't have purple.
Yeah, Doom King's the fourth.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna call him like Evil Armageddon or something. They're not gonna call him freaking purple.
Purplish.
Yeah.
I do hope they call it purplish.
Purple Armageddon.
It just sounds adorable.
Yeah. In my opinion,
the creature.
I don't even remember what that one's effect was in the anime, so we're not even gonna.
I don't know either, but I know what it's supposed to look like.
If I had to pick,
Zork.
Yeah. If I had to choose whether to run the executive D-to-Ds or the Super Doom D-to-Ds, I'm picking the executives. The executives are better.
Yeah.
As like a unit, I wouldn't wait. D-to-D extra deck is already tight. Just run the executives if you want to run something big.
To be fair, though, the Super Doom Kings do look like they go for themselves.
Yeah, it definitely looks like you're supposed to turbo them out and sit on them. So
they're going to be their own thing.
Yeah. By the way, check out the Team Northwest Warrior channel in the future for sick D-to-D combos to bring these guys out turn one. Anyway, I'll think of something. I'll bring something out to pop them out. I'm pretty sure there's already combos. So what's next on our list after these guys? Now we have the Super Heavies.
Yes, the Super Heavies.
All right.
One of my favorite archetypes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one of mine too. I enjoyed the Super.
Yeah.
So.
You want me to
Of
go?
course, I don't play just strict super heavies, but
I just like their look. That's pretty much it.
So the first one.
I actually played the deck for a while, so.
Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah. So first one we got on the list is Super Heavy Samurai Fist. He is a Earth Machine Tuner, level 2, 900, 900. And his
Sorry. On my list it says it's... Sorry, on my list it says it's Samurai.
Alright. His effect
That
reads...
just made me happy.
During your battle
Sorry.
phase of a Super Heavy Samurai you controlled destroyed an opponent's monster by battle. You can immediately, after this effect resolves, synchro summon one synchro monster using materials including this card you control. This is a quick effect. So he's like a formula synchro. And if you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, and this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Super Heavy Samurai synchro monster you control. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except for Super Heavies. Also, reduce the targeted monster's level by 1, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use each effect of this Super Heavy Samurai Fist once per turn. I think he's great.
I have to agree.
There's one issue.
Hang on. There's nothing bad with a... before you say anything, I want to put this out there.
Honestly, it's not his effects either.
All right.
His effects are great.
Yeah, because there's nothing
He's
bad.
level 2.
There's nothing bad with taking two of some of the best cards from Junk Doppel, that being Formula Synchro and Level Eater, which he literally has the Level Eater effect on him.
Right.
And putting them into one card. There was nothing bad with that. That is
no,
insane.
absolutely not.
That's great.
But what is the problem, though? Is my question.
Level 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of weird.
Well,
That is kind of awkward. If he was level 1, he'd be better.
We have a level 2 tuner already, and it can be special summoned from.
we have 2 level 2 tuners, if I can remember. Battle Ball and Trumpeter.
Battle Ball's a 3.
It is? I thought it was
Yes.
2.
I'm pretty sure it's a 3.
I think it's 2.
Here, you know what? I'll look it up. What's his name?
Battle Ball.
It is a 2.
Oh,
So we have 3 tuners that are
Okay.
level 2.
okay. So, just for a little context here,
Why is Battle Ball
lets
dark?
you synchro with your opponent's monsters.
Why is he dark?
I don't know.
That's so
He's
stupid.
one of. Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
one of those guys.
So,
I think I know why it's dark.
Battle Ball lets you synchro with your opponent's monsters, and the other one, Trumpeter, lets you. He special summons himself from hand if you have no spells and traps in the graveyard, and if we're having them play, they don't run any spells and traps.
yeah. So Trumpeter's the good one out of the 2 that you have right now, because Battle Ball sounds like he's kind of trash.
Well, Battle Ball is good in some cases.
Yeah, Battle Ball's got its ups and its downs, but
Depending on how you use it, it's
Okay.
good.
okay. I wish we had other level tuners though for this deck.
Yeah, I definitely feel...
Agreed.
Or if his effect, like the Level Eater effect on him, reduced the level by 2, like by his own level, I feel maybe he would have had a little bit more of
Well, honestly,
versatility.
so let's think about it. What levels do the super heavies have? They have a 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12.
Yeah, they got
what-
They
the,
also have a
No,
6 and
yeah, they
5.
have a 12.
Yeah, I said 6. Do they have a 5?
Yeah, Musha C, if I can recall, or there was something else part of her name, I believe. But
I
Musha
don't
C.
remember that. I never ran
Musha
that
C is a level 5 machine type. It had 23 defense. I don't remember its attack. I think it was 800 something.
No one
It
cares about
doesn't
super
matter.
heavy attack. It doesn't matter.
I know. But the defense is 32. No, 23, sorry.
Okay.
I think it was able to special summon one...
Well, this isn't about the
One
level 5
super
super
heavy-
heavy, is it? This is about Super Heavy Samurai Fist.
This is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I think
two
Fist is great.
with a giant hand.
I think Fist is great.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
yeah.
Overall,
Yeah, I can agree.
he's like even if he
Overall,
was if he
he's-
was in any archetype, I would say he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Glad we can agree. Moving
So-
on.
So what's listed on our list? It's named assistant, but its
Yeah.
name is helper.
Yeah.
Here. What
Yeah.
is it? Because I'm not seeing it at the moment because my broadcast is going wonky.
So this is
And I
super
just
heavy.
don't know.
This is Super Heavy Samurai Helper. He is a level 1 non-tuner, 0/0. Earth Machine, of course. And his effect reads, during damage calculation, either player's turn, if your defense position monster battles an opponent's monster, and you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, you can discard this card, then target a Super Heavy Samurai monster you control, except the battling monster. That battling monster you control gains defense equal to the targeted monster's defense during that damage calculation only. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Super Heavy Samurai monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Jesus, he's an honest. He's like a, I don't know what the other one is. Where
He's an honest, and he's almost like a Speedway card. If I can, Speed Recovery. It's almost like that, only stronger.
Yeah, there's a monster that does the same effect as him. This is
I can think of one monster that's not a synchro monster that you would summon off of that.
Oh, Benkei.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of their main monsters.
I think he's good. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's good.
Oh,
Agreed.
yeah.
He sounds actually perfect for this archetype.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like for an
the
archetype
defensive-
for a machine archetype that hurts itself by not being able to use limiter removal, I think he's good. I think he's great.
Oh yeah.
Heck, depending on which synchro you have, which type of monster you have with defense. Well, they all have defense, but most. But depending on which one you use, it could actually make the game.
Yeah, he could. I like him, and it doesn't have to. It just has to battle an opponent's monster, so it can be during any turn. It even says during either player's turn, which is great. I think he's good.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see, who do we have up next? Steam Train King or Steam Fiend Tetsuo. This is the level 12 synchro. That's a train, and it should have been level 10 because trains are supposed to be level 10, but whatever.
Get out of here, Iron Train.
Iron Wolf is good. Leave Iron Wolf alone. Iron Wolf is great.
No.
Yeah,
He's level 4 and he doesn't exist.
he's level 4 and he lets you attack directly and then searches. He's great.
He doesn't matter. He's not level 10. Or
Okay.
rank 10.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Steam Ogre, what is his effect first?
All right, let me read off his stats. He's an Earth Machine, of course. He's a Synchro monster, level 12, 2,000 attack, 4,800 defense. So he got that big booty for the samurai. And his materials need to be a Super Heavy Samurai tuner and 2 or more non-tuner Super Heavy Samurai monsters. So he's very 5D's boss monster.
Yes.
His effect reads, this card can attack while in face-up defense position. Thank God. If it does, apply
Like all synchros.
If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards, then target that many cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Once per turn, you can banish as many spell and trap cards from the graveyards as possible, and if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card banished. He is, I don't like that he targets. I don't like that he targets the monsters. I wish it was just discard, destroy 2 cards.
The targeting is bad, but can I just say, Paleo.
Oh, yeah. Well, Paleo banishes if they're not in the graveyard, so you better do it quick. But yeah, like being able to if you banish 5 spells and traps, you're doing 1,000 damage. If you're able to banish more, like say you banish like 10, you're doing 2,000 damage, but you're not gonna do crazy amounts of damage with his second effect.
You're just gonna do a slight burn to them.
Yeah, you might get game.
I already have a way to summon it to make the most use of its effect.
Transporter, Big Hageki, and Trumpeter?
No.
Oh.
Any of the 4s, any of the tuners, and the Ogre.
Oh, okay.
When the Ogre's when the Ogre is synchro summoned, it destroys.
Oh, that's cool.
Fair point.
Good play. That's almost like an Ab-Zero Acid combo there.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So, I mean, I love that it's 4,800 because that's extreme.
Yeah, that is, like, I'm trying to think. I was gonna say, ancient gear chaos giant. No, you need something big. This guy, you have to kill it with a card effect. If he had this is why I don't think they put it on it. He doesn't have effect protection on him, and I think the reason they didn't is because they knew that his 4,800 defense, because he's coming in defense mode. Whoa, knocked my microphone. He's coming in defense mode.
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
You
wouldn't.
Yeah, you have to be able to dark hole him. You have to be able to Regeki him. Something. You have to be able to target him and get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they didn't make him immune to card effects. I think that's a bit much for how big he is and how much he can swing for.
I think what would now I will say it does have its issue with the spells and traps having to be in the grave, but
yeah.
I mean, it's a 4,800 wall.
I feel like that's his big use, is that he's just like, I'm here, I'm big, I'm punching you in the face.
I'm a train.
Essentially, I'm a train with a big ogre face.
Sugar, fuck you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And if you have double horn, you're just dead.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on to one of my liked archetypes. I never finished the deck, but I like the archetype itself, and that's Abyss Actor. We got a couple new Abyss Actor cards.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so we got the level 4 Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser, scale 7, Dark Fiend, of course. His stats are 1100, 1000, so he's pretty trash for a level 4. His Pendulum effect is, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum zone. You can only use this effect of Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser once per duel.
Okay. Why is it
okay,
once per duel?
It's yeah. Why is it once? It's kind of bad. I don't. That's stupid. Monster effect. While you control no other monsters, this card gains 1100 attack, so he doubles himself if you control no other monsters. That's hot garbage. Once per turn, you can send one Abyss script spell card from your deck to the graveyard. Add one face-up Abyss Actor and Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. There's your good one. There's the good effect. I don't know what Abyss script you would send to the graveyard, but I know there's a few of them that like being in the graveyard.
Okay, so he's mainly not useful.
Yeah, he's good to dump an Abyss script and grab back something from the... He's good in Link format. He's good in Link format.
But can I say one thing?
You can grab him back. Yeah.
It's about its design is the bigger problem.
That he's a big top?
Yeah. It just
I like it.
Doesn't seem... Yeah, but for the archetype of what they are, it just doesn't fit. Think about it.
Well, he's called Curtain Raiser.
I know, but he looks like a big top circus.
Honestly,
a card design
outside of the recovery effect, I don't see any kind of use for this. I've fought the Abyss Actor deck. This isn't useful.
Not really. I feel like he'll see, like, right now, he's not useful at all, but maybe when Lynx comes out, you'll run, like, maybe one or two of them to grab back Superstar, to Pendulum summon it out of your hand.
Yeah.
But that's all I see him for. He's meh at best. He's on 1100 level 4, which an 1100 level 4 is never worth summoning. That's level 3 stats. Let's get real.
Yeah, it really
He's only level 4 for Xyz summons, so I'm gonna call him trash. Well, not. I'm gonna call him trash for now. Meh.
We'll call him some golden trash because he may not be worth some of it.
I feel like Lancer Dragon is golden trash. I feel like Lancer because I love Abyss Actors. I've messed around with the deck. I've played a poquito of it online. I've seen it played in real life. I've never finished it in real life though. But I feel like he just isn't even worth right now.
Honestly, what I really hate about that deck is it's not as good as it was hyped up to be.
Yeah, Abyss Actors did have a little bit of hype to him, and then it was like, nah. So, but they did get a new spell, and maybe this one will help out Curtain Raiser here. And this is Abyss Script, Abysstainment, I believe is the TCG name for it. Yeah, Abysstainment, but it's Abyss Entertainment online right now, and it's
Abyss Entertainment sounds much better.
Yeah, we need puns, and it's a continuous spell card, and I think that's unique for the Abyss scripts so far. And Its effect is you contribute an Abyss Actor monster, then target one Abyss Script spell card in your grave, set it. You can only use this effect of Abyss Script, Abyss Entertainment up to twice per turn. So that's kind of cool. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can special summon any number of Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your deck. That is insane amount of advantage for such a specific activation requirement.
Well then.
You have to set it, have an Abyss Actor face up in your extra deck, and your opponent has to like snipe it with back row removal. That's insane. But if that happens, if a blue moon rises while you're playing this deck, and that happens, you can special summon 3 superstars and 2 wild hopes.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
That's cool, but you're never gonna do it.
Right.
Some people could get lucky.
Yeah, I do like its first effect.
Because honestly, why would you go for the second effect when you can use the first effect?
Yeah, the first effect is great. I think the first effect is awesome because it's like, let me tribute superstar, set I think it's Rise of the Abyss King, pendulum back superstar, and then activate Rise of the Abyss King. And you can do that twice. Except you wouldn't want a pendulum summon. You'd want to like you'd want to have him on board already, and then like do a big pendulum summon after you did it twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the first effect is good. I think the second one could be really cool to see pulled off. Like if someone resolves that, please send replay.
Yeah, it could be fun. Is what I would say with that.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's more of a fun card. I think it has a good effect for the deck, and then it has a good fun effect. So, I'll give it a meh for the Abyss Actors.
Okay.
Yeah. So up next is going to be my archetype.
Oh yeah, this is your specialty.
This is my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The first up is Raid Raptor Rudder Strix.
Oh, my beautiful Raid Raptors.
Do you want to read the effect, or you want me to?
I can't see it on screen at the moment.
All right, I'll pull it. I'll do it then. His effect: he's a level 4 Dark Winged Beast, 0 attack and 1600 defense. His effect reads: if this card is normal summoned or special summoned from the hand by a Raid Raptor card's effect, you can inflict 600 damage to your opponent. When this card is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can special summon up to 2 Raid Raptor monsters from your hand, and if you do, monsters your opponent controls cannot target the monsters special summoned by this effect for attacks for the rest of the turn. What is with Raid Raptors and their like weird new love for burn damage?
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I read that. I was like, that is. I like that he just pops him out on the board. He's like, "What's up? I'm here now."
Damn. So you would summon this off of Vanishing.
In defense mode.
In defense mode. Deal the 600.
And then
let it take an attack and summon Tribute and I don't know.
Anything? Any level 4?
Yeah, and then you just like mass overlay.
Yeah, I think he's good. He sounds good. From what I've seen of the Raid Raptors, he sounds good.
Yeah, this is brilliant for their end support.
You know what? He reminds me of that trap card they got in the Dimension Box. The where it created like a token or something. No, or it summoned another copy of something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The decoy card.
Honestly, this is a better Napalm.
Yeah. Napalm is the one that burns, right? And that's all he does?
Yeah. Well, it's not all he does. It's all I ever use it for, but it's not all he does. If he's destroyed by battle, you spend.
Yeah, he definitely
Raptor from deck.
Oh, dude, Napalm dies, summon Rudder.
Yeah, and
burn
then
for 12.
Yeah,
he's all right.
Like, yeah, that's a great card.
And then they have their Xyz monster, which is, if I'm right, this is actually the pretty good one. No, this is the level 12. This is the one I'm thinking of. This is an Arsenal.
Raid Raptor Final Fortress Falcon, aka their new boss monster.
No, I think Ultimate's still the boss monster. Ultimate's pretty good.
Yeah. Ultimate is unaffected. Ultimate Falcon doesn't care.
Doesn't care until I put him under my infinity. Not negate
Ultimate
its
Falcon
effect.
doesn't care. You can't put Ultimate under your Infinity.
Final Fortress doesn't care until it loses both
Anyway,
its XCs.
So Raid Raptor Final Fortress Falcon.
Yep.
It's a Darkwing Beast. It's rank 12, 3828.
Yep. He's
Three
huge.
level 12 monsters, you're never gonna summon it that way.
No, not at all.
I'll get into how you summon this thing after we go through the card effect because it's convoluted. So while this card has a Raid Raptor Xyz monster as Xyz material, it is unaffected by other cards. Ultimate's better.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material. Return all of your banished Raid Raptor monsters to the graveyard up to twice per turn when this attacking card destroys a monster by battle. Banish one monster from the grave. This card can attack again in a row. So it gets 3 attacks. And then you return the 3 you banished to the grave.
Yeah, I feel that's actually I like that his you really don't need to use his detach material you could go probably the entire duel without returning the guys to the graveyard. But I like that the option is there and that's his detach.
Yeah.
I think that's really good to keep him unaffected.
Yeah. Although, as I've already said, Ultimate's better.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I do think Ultimate is better. This guy only has a 300 attack boost over him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything Ultimate could get over this guy. Anything this guy could get over, Ultimate could also probably get over.
Well,
Yeah.
considering Ultimate's effect of reducing the opponent's monster by 1,000 at the end phase, yeah.
Ultimate is much
did that.
better.
I completely agree. Ultimate's better. And
So-
King, are you aware of all of Ultimate's effects?
I know it's burn damage, it can't be affected by other cards, and I know, if I can remember, I think he gets a double attack.
No. So
Here, I'll pull it up.
I know the effect. You detach one, your opponent can't activate cards, and all their monsters lose 1,000.
Yes, this turn monster's opponent controls will lose 1,000 attack. Also, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated. Yep.
So basically, it's a giant nullifier plus a giant hate machine.
Yeah.
Yay!
As for how the hell you summon this level 12,
Rank up.
you have 2 options. Both of them are rank ups. No, you have 3 options. All of them are rank ups.
Just use Cattle Call. Cattle Call and rank up.
Yeah.
Call rank up, Lastrix rank up, or you can Soul Shave, or you can Doom Double a Revolution Falcon.
I think that's how he was summoned in the anime, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
Doom Double.
It was Doom Double on a Revo.
Yeah. All right. He's okay. He's not as good as Ultimate Falcon in my opinion.
I'll put him in my deck anyway because
might as well.
yeah, if I can
Just
go
in case.
I remember, yeah, because we did your deck profile earlier, and you're like, yeah, Stranger Falcon just cuz.
Yeah.
All right,
I did that.
I'll show the Chrome image real quick, just so that way you guys can kind of see where we are. Let's go. So we did Final Fortress. So now we're on the Twilight Ninjas. Honestly, I don't really feel like reading their effects because Twilight Ninjas aren't gonna do what these Pendulum Ninjas are gonna do. They're the Pendulum Ninjas from the last few episodes of Arc V. They're not gonna do anything special for the Ninja deck. Ninjas aren't gonna be good just because you give them a 1 in 10 scale. Yes, it's gonna help for board spam, but it's not gonna make or break the deck.
No,
So
the deck's already not great.
yeah, the archetype's already convoluted too.
Yeah. So
basically,
there's not much here.
Yeah. So there's Kagan. You can read him. He's been up on screen for a little bit. And here's Jogan. You can read him if you really want to. I'm not going to because, again, I don't feel that these guys are going to really impact the way that ninjas play. I think, yes, maybe some ninja players might put them in the deck because if I'm right, it lets you... this one says the pendulum effect is it lets you pierce, and this one gives it 1,000. So, whatever. I don't...
They just seem like pointless to me.
It's not that they're pointless, it's just that it's not going to help the deck be better. It's not going to bring the deck to like tier 2 or rogue status, is what I'm saying. So
yeah. Some decks just have pendulum because they just can.
Yep,
really.
And that seems to be the case for the pendulum ninjas here. So
like speedroids, they didn't need it.
Hey, don't you hate on my speedroids?
I'm not hating on your speedroids, mate.
Anyway, guys, let's try to stay a little bit more on topic.
White Moray.
So the next 3 are 3 that CJ's really excited for.
I'm kind of excited for them just because I like the thought that what these guys could do. And this is White Moray. I haven't read this card yet. So this is White Moray. He's a fish water, level 2, 600, 200. And it's after you normal summon this card, it can attack directly. If this card is special summoned from the grave, you can treat this card as a tuner until the end of the turn. Now, that's not so great, but he is water, and waters do have a fair bit of recovery for themselves, so I think he's okay. Especially in something like, say, Atlantean Mermaids?
Or just water.
Yeah, there's base water synchro decks out there, so I think he's alright. And as for the cards that are supposed to go with him, this is White Aura Dolphin. Now, there's been a lot of hype around these cards, and I haven't read Dolphin, but I've read Whale, and Whale makes me happy. So White Aura Dolphin is a water synchro, fish water, level 6, 24, 1000 monster, and it needs a tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. And its effect reads, once per turn, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, and its attack becomes half its original attack until the end of this turn. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can banish another water monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, and if you do, it's treated as a tuner. So, you can see these, like, white cards seem to have a fair bit of like, Aura Dolphin is good. It has built-in recovery and comes back as a tuner, just like, I deleted it out of this. It's okay, it doesn't matter. I already read it. And White Moray also has that effect. If it comes back from the dead, it's treated as a tuner. Now, here's the really cool one, because if you are able to revive that White Dolphin and then synchro it with the White Moray, you can make this level 8 fish water monster with 2800, 2000 defense. White Aura Whale. He needs a water tuner and 1 or more non-water tuner monster. 1 or more non-tuner water monsters. And it's when this card is synchro summoned, you can destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. This card can make a second attack on monsters during each battle phase. And if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict pierce damage. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or effect, sent to the graveyard, banish another water monster, bring it back as a tuner.
Damn.
I love this. I love these. These are so cool.
And then you need this in a level 1 to go into Trish.
Yeah, no, Trish needs 2, but yeah.
Oh, it does need 2?
Yeah, Trish needs 2.
Well, Whale sounds awesome.
I sorted them. Uh-oh. I sorted that. Oh, oops.
Yeah.
What happened?
I sorted the cards. Oh, well.
Oh, no!
It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll just dig around in the thing. So what's next? We went over the White Aura guys. Oh, Glad
Next
Beast.
is gonna be Glad Beast.
Oh, this sucks because James isn't talking. Glad Beast is James's archetype. Oh, his dog's face swole up. Oh, it's so cute.
Things are happening.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. So Glad Beast Noxus, right? Is that who's up next?
Yeah.
Yep, Noxus
This is one of the
next.
secret rares out of the set. By the way, the White Aura Dolphin and Whales are secret rares out of the set. The White Moray is an Ultra. I'm sorry I let the thing cover up the cards, so here I'll show them real quick on the...
Whoa. Those Raptors are Ultras.
Raptors are Ultras? That's cool. The Ultras are actually supposed to be harder to pull than some of the secrets.
I mean...
the Twilight Ninjas are also Ultra.
Good, they don't deserve to be secret.
As are the DDDs.
Where's Noxus? I can't find the Glad Beast card. Time Lord. Oh, there's the Glad Beast. Okay, so this is Gladiator Beast Noxus, level 5 Dark Beast Warrior. 0 attack, 1000 defense. I don't play Glad Beast, so I don't know if that's like good or bad.
Same here.
Yeah, and his effect is when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, change the attack target to this card and perform damage calculation. Also, this card cannot be destroyed by that battle. If this card is special summoned by a Gladiator Beast monster's effect, including its own, by the way, you can send one Glad Beast monster from your deck to the grave. At the end of the battle phase of this card battled, you can shuffle this card into the deck, special summon one Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, except himself. Hey, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So basically, hang on, Alex. I don't. Have you ever played against Glad Beasts?
I have.
I think this card
not.
is actually pretty decent. Because what you do is like, all right, I got nothing. Here comes the punch. They punch you. Special in defense mode. It doesn't die. End of there. You dump. I don't know what Glad Beast you dump to the graveyard, but I'm pretty sure there's one that likes being in the graveyard because every archetype has one. At the end of the turn, or at the end of the damage step, he gets shuffled back into the deck, and then you summon out the dude who summons Gazaris, and then on your turn, you make Gazaris.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to remember, I've played against everything and remember a lot of stuff. I think he's good. He has everything he needs inside of himself.
That's a pretty specific.
Well, every archetype needs well, not every archetype, but some. But hey, archetypal Battle Fader is pretty decent.
Yeah,
that's true.
Especially one like him, where it's like, yeah, let me just Foolish Burial something, and then I summon a monster that's better than me, and then I make a great monster next turn. So it's like, wow, cool.
Yeah.
So
next on the list is the weird
Gladiator Beast and a Botte.
And a Botte.
It's an ultra rare.
Oh, cool.
That's all I got.
Ultra rare out of the set. He is a fusion monster. He's the new. He's one of the 2 new Gladiator Beast fusions. He is level 8, 1028. So he got that's a big booty. He needs Gladiator Beast Augustus and 2 Gladiator Beast monsters, so 3. I think that's kind of a bit much for a Glad Beast, if I'm right. His effect reads...
Don't Glad Beast contact fuse, though?
They do, and I actually was about to get into that. His effect reads, must first be special summoned by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck, and that's what made these cards so good. You do not use Poly. If summoned this way, you can special summon 1 level 7 or lower Glad Beast fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Which is that's pretty good. It means you can.
I remember what this was in the anime. I remember what this was.
You
used
summon
for.
Gazaris off this.
Yeah.
Ignoring summoning conditions. At the end of the battle phase of this card battled, you can return it to the extra deck, summon 2 Gladiator Beast monsters from the deck. So he's pretty standard for a Gladiator Beast monster. He does have the 3, but I think the 3 is in there so that way it makes up for the fact that you get to summon any Gladiator, well, not any Gladiator Beast, but you get to summon a Glad Beast fusion monster from your extra deck that you can also then keep going for the contact fusions.
Yeah, that sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's okay. And if I'm right, Augustus is actually one of the main deck ones. He's one of the better ones that they use. So yeah, I'm gonna call him pretty good. I want James's input on this card. But I think he's pretty good for the deck. I know Noxus sounds cool, but I think this guy's pretty good too.
Yeah. So the next one's the Tamer.
All right. This is Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor. He is a dark. He's a level 8 dark Beast Warrior. He is 24. He's 24 3000. That is so weird. Why do they have such big booties? He takes 2 level 5 or higher Glad Beast monsters. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffle. So you can make him off of Atadante's effect. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling by contact fusion Gladiator Base style, and cannot be used as a fusion material himself. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 Glad Beast monster, 1 Glad Beast fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Nope. You can summon except himself. Except himself. At the end of the battle phase, if a Glad Beast monster you controlled battled, you can shuffle one of those monsters into the deck. Wait, hang on. At the end of the battle phase, if a Gladiator Beast monster or monsters you control battled, you can shuffle one of those monsters into the deck or extra deck. Special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster from you. Okay. His effect was worded differently than some of the other Glad Beasts. That was weird.
Yeah.
That's cool. He doesn't have to shuffle himself back in. You can basically set... But to me, it just seems like him and Adabante are two ways of doing the same thing.
Yeah. And
So-
Adabante, I'm thinking, is the better way.
I do think Adabante is a little bit easier to do, considering that one
Yeah.
of them needs 2 level 5 or higher. I feel like if you're just going off and you make him, you can keep going. But
Well, what if you make this one, then summon, and then Adabante's effects?
you know what's cool is that Editor actually doesn't have the Tamer doesn't have the restriction on level 7 or lower, so he actually could summon Adabante.
Yeah.
But Adabante needs to be contact fused to get his effect.
Yeah.
So which kind of sucks.
Okay.
That'd be awesome if you could just go Tamer, Adabante, Gazaris, pop some stuff. I don't know how Gazaris works, so I'm sorry if I'm saying his effect wrong. Pop some stuff and then fuse into another card using the Glad Beast guys, using Gazaris and one of the other guys, and Adabante.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But it doesn't seem to do that. Overall, I think the 2 are pretty good, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be welcome additions into the Gladiator Beast archetype.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so next up, more stuff that I like.
Yeah.
Destiny Heroes, if I believe I'm
Destiny
right.
Heroes, yes. These are my not my babies, but these are some cool guys. And I've also really liked this one. This is another cool thing, and he actually is very similar to Noxus. This, if I remember right, this is Destiny Hero Dreamer. And Destiny Hero Dreamer is a level 1 warrior dark, much like the rest of the archetype. He's level 1, 600. And his effect reads, during damage calculation of a Destiny Hero monster you control battles while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this card, and if you do, that monster you control cannot be destroyed by that battle. You take no battle damage from that battle. Also banish this card when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Dream Guy once per turn. So basically, it saves a Destiny Hero. He is kind of an archetypal battle fader from the grave, which is fine because yes please, he is literally a D-draw target. He wants to be in the graveyard. Thank you. Good card. I'm gonna call him good. Destiny Heroes are a little slow.
Outside of fighting you, I wouldn't know. So
Yeah. Also, what's really cool about him is Destiny Heroes have a fusion trap card. So Destiny Hero gets attacked, summon him from the grave, and then you take no damage. Flip up defusion, fuse them together into Dystopia, burn for a little bit. I think he's all right.
well, speaking of the defusion,
Oh yeah, perfect segue. Totally didn't do it on accident. Oh my god, this guy's he's better than I thought he would be. This is Destiny Hero Dusk Utopia, and he's pretty cool. He's a level 10, 3000, 3000. His material he's a Dark Warrior, of course, just like everyone else. His material requirements are a Destiny Hero Fusion monster, which we only have one right now in the TCG, and one Destiny Hero monster, which is cool. I'm fine with that. Basically, it just means Dystopia. For TCG players, it means Dystopia and any Destiny Hero, but for the OCG, it means Dystopia or Deadly Dude. And his effect reads, if this card is fusion summoned, you can fusion summon another fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field as fusion materials, which is super cool because he lets you keep going. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target one monster on the field. This turn, it cannot be targeted or destroyed. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving it. That's his anime effect. Spot on, that second one, because he uses that to save Crystal Wing, or Clear Wing, if I'm right. One of the two wing dragons. I think that's a good effect too.
Because they never summon Crystal.
They did summon Crystal. He summoned Crystal against Greedy Venom. And then Greedy and Crystal died, and he revived Clear, and he revived Stone.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But yeah, the Dystopia was used to save Clear.
Yeah. His effect is it's a good effect. I like the protection effect. I think that's one of the better effects.
Yeah.
Protection wise that the game has. Also, I like the fact that he himself is a poly. If we could just get the other Destiny Hero fusion monster now, that would be great. Thank you very much.
I mean, to be fair, in the TCG, you would be running maybe 2 of these and 3 of Dystopia.
Yeah, in a pure build, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm using Darklaw. I'm using Darklaw on Synchros and Xyz and stuff like that. I think he's good. I've thought this card was good ever since he was revealed. I liked him. Also, I just like the fact that we're getting more Destiny Hero support. If we could just get the spell and trap support from the first few times they showed up, and Demise Urban to go with Dystopia, that would be amazing.
Well,
I think Dusk Utopia is all right.
okay, I think my internet's trying to kill itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, next is Dino.
I also think this card is pretty good. Is King still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, you're just really quiet.
We actually have. Oh wait, you didn't go over the Vision Hero.
Oh, Vision Hero Witch Hunter. Yeah. Where is she? Here she is. This is Vision Hero Witch Raider. Witch Raider. She's a Dark Warrior, level 8, 27, 19. To tribute some of this card face up, you can tribute trap cards you control as well as monsters when this card is normaled. You can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except hero monsters. Hey, a Heavy Storm. That's pretty good.
Wait. To tribute summon this card face up, you can tribute trap cards you control. Oh my god, it's a Draco.
It's a Draco, yeah. Actually, that's the manga effect. I looked up the manga Vision Heroes, and a lot of them had that effect. And there was also Vision Heroes that were like, when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can put it in your spell and trap zone as a face-up continuous trap. And I was like, well, what's up, Vision Hero Crystal Beast? How you doing?
Right?
Yeah, so I think Witch Raider's all right. I like that she's a Heavy Storm. I think that her weird summoning requirement is funky. But I also thought that when the true Dracos came out. So, but when she's normal summoned, she's a Heavy Storm, and she doesn't stop heroes from she doesn't stop Destiny heroes from going off, and she doesn't stop you from going into Dark Law. Pretty good. I'll say she's all right. If you see her in a deck, cool. I don't think she'll see a crazy amount of play though. Yeah, because she's not as good as Vion, in my opinion. She's not as good as Vion.
No, Vion's great.
Yeah. So, which one's the next one after which?
So next we have there's actually 3 new Dino support. The first one is the Rex.
Giant Rex is amazing, and I hate him because he's so good. So, Giant Rex is an Earth dinosaur. I'm getting choked up with rage. Yeah, he's an Earth dino. I was just so angry at this card. That was my impression of him. His name's Giant Rex. He is a Earth dinosaur, level 4, 1200 defense. So, stupid stats. He cannot attack directly. If this card is banished, you can special summon this card, and if you do, it gains 200 attack for each of your currently banished dinosaur-type monsters. You can only use this effect of Giant Rex once per turn. Okay, first of all, it's a better Tyranno Infinity.
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
Go to the spell.
Okay, what's this? Time Space spell.
Yeah.
So this is Time Space Transcendence, and it says banish 2 or more dinosaur-type monsters from your graveyard. Special summon 1 dinosaur-type monster from your hand or graveyard whose level equals the total levels of those banished monsters, but it cannot attack this turn. Now, Alex, you're probably thinking, well, this card directly relates to Giant Rex, right?
Well, that or Miscellaneous Source.
I challenge you.
That spell is literally Miscellaneous Source.
I challenge you, Alex. I say this card is for Oviraptor. Normal summon Oviraptor, dump Giant Rex to the graveyard, pretend you already have a dinosaur in there. You could literally pitch Miscellaneousaurus at this point. Pitch Miscellaneousaurus, so now you have Miscellaneous and Giant Rex in graveyard. Banish both of them, summon Ultimate. Giant Rex comes back and it gains 200. That is how this card will see play. I guarantee it. This card is going to show up in dinosaur decks. I guarantee it.
Folks, we see a bet going on now.
Double evolution pills thing.
Yeah, hang on. Just real quick. If any dinosaur players are still running Tyranno Infinity, they're now running Giant Rex. Once this set comes out, I'm calling it now.
Once that comes out, Giant Rex will be the king somehow.
Well, now, Giant Rex won't be king. He'll just be a good card. He'll be a good card to put into dinosaurs. because he will come
Yeah.
back, and then you can. And since you already have Ava, like again, in my analogy with the Miscellaneousaurus and Avaraptor and Ultimate Tyranno, you have Ava, you have Giant Rex. You can overlay them, make Logia or make Dolka with an Ultimate Tyranno, with an Ultimate Conductor. You're good. I hate him because he's so good. So this is Jurassic Impact. It's a trap card for the dinosaurs. We didn't even talk about Transcendence Pill. Let's go back and talk about it real quick because we completely skipped over it because I said it sucked. I think it's bad. It's Miscellaneousaurus. People aren't going to use this over Miscellaneousaur. Because, well, like, that's my thought. Alex?
I'm reading it. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, that's Impact.
Yeah.
I
hovered over Exiton Knight when I did that. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I want the other one, the pill.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The double. Oh, I didn't grab double evolution pill.
Yeah. Because that's next on the list.
As per Jurassic Impact, yeah, that card.
Wait, hang on. What's it called in ours?
On the list, it's called Double Evolution Pill.
I looked up evolution pill and I got ultra, but that's for Evolsaurs, and big evolution doesn't seem to be the proper one.
Well then.
So I don't have that card.
Yeah, I guess we're not talking about
find it myself. So
Yeah, do you have the effect pulled up?
let me see if I can find it.
All right. So the answer is no. Let's move on. We can't talk about. If we can't find it, it's fine. If we don't have to talk about it necessarily. It's just know it's a dinosaur
It's
card.
called Ultimate Evolution Pill.
Ultimate. I don't have that. All right, that's cool. Thanks,
Yeah,
computer.
I have it. Banish one dinosaur, add one non-dinosaur.
Huh.
Is that it?
Oh my God! It searches True Kings.
Oh, yeah.
Stop,
From
dinosaurs.
Hander, and banish one dinosaur and one non-dinosaur. Special summon one level 7 dino from Hander deck, ignoring summoning conditions.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, Evolsaurs? That's an Evolsaur
It
card.
just seems
I'm calling it an
Yeah.
Evolsaur. Yeah, that's Evolsaurs. Okay.
Okay.
I'm.
okay.
I thought it was like banish a dinosaur, add one non-dinosaur. I was like, stop it, dinosaurs! Why are you so good?
Stop getting
No, that
better.
card is actually kind of bad. It's for Evolsaurs, which is fine. It's all right. Sounds okay. Sounds about as good as it could be.
Yeah. Oh well. So
Evolsaurs.
Impact's bad. Evolution Pill's bad.
Yeah, evolution
Agreed.
kills bad. Time space transcendence.
That's pretty good.
It's all right. It's just Miscellaneousaurus. So
Yeah.
I don't think people are gonna run this over Miscellaneousaurus, but I'll wait until WCQ. This may see play. I think I'm calling it now though. Giant Rex will see play in the meta.
Oh yeah.
In dinosaur decks. Transcendence may see play. And here is a card that I think people are excited for. This is Jurassic Impact. If I'm right, this is a secret rare? No, it's an ultra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The secret is
Double evolution.
Double
Yeah.
Evolution. Yeah.
All right, so this is Jurassic Impact. I remember some hype around this, and this is if you control 2 or more dinosaur monsters, and your life point is lower than your opponent's, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, take 1,000 damage for each monster destroyed. Then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. Until the end of this next turn after this card resolves, neither player can normal or special summon monsters.
There's one issue with that.
The damage?
If there's 8 monsters on board, you immediately lose.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's you who will lose because it's inflicted to yourself, then your opponent. So
Yeah.
the most damage you can do to this
Basically.
card is burn for 1,000. But what's really burn for
Yeah.
7,000. The cool thing about this though is that the minimum amount of damage you're doing here is at least 2,000.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, but the other crappy activation requirement of this is your life points have to be lower. I don't think... we have Heat Wave right now. Heat Wave does a very similar thing, and I think you can use it in dinosaurs. I'll look it up. You know what? I have the encyclopedia. Heat Wave. Heat Wave.
I know Phantasm Spirals use Heat Wave.
Heat Wave
Yes,
can be
they
used
do.
in dinosaurs. You can use it in anything. And especially if you're going with like a Megalo Smasher in hand and you activate the Heat Wave, I don't think dinosaurs are going to use it though. Just saying, it's a lot better in Phantasm Spirals. But I also don't think dinosaurs are going to use Jurassic Impact either. Jurassic Impact is too slow. It's worse than Heat Wave, and it does more harm than it does good. This card will never see play.
I agree.
And now next up are the Time Lords, if I'm correct.
They
no
are-
idea what these things do.
Neither do I,
Same.
but I know everyone was excited for them. There's the Time Lords and Time Maiden, who I'm gonna
I know
start.
they're all like level 10s or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Time Maiden real quick, just because she's the itty bitty one. She's a light level 1 fairy 0/0, and her effect reads: if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a Time Lord monster. You can tribute this card and add 1 Time Lord monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Time Lord monster with 0 attack from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You cannot special summon other monsters the turn you activate this effect. I feel like she does a lot for the archetype, and we'll keep coming back to her effects as we read through the other Time Lords. So let's do that before we make judgment. I already know she doesn't work for Cephalon.
Also, Time Maiden is the secret rare for these guys.
She's the secret?
Yeah, she's the secret.
Of course she is. She's the Edios and Edia of the deck, it looks like. So let's start with the level 10 Lazon, the Time Lord. A Fairy Fire 0/0, level 10. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. Time Maiden negates that. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, shuffle all cards in your opponent's graveyard into the deck. Once per turn, if your opponent draws a card, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Once per turn during the standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck.
What?
So basically what happens is you summon it, you take no damage, you attack something, shuffle all your opponent's graveyard into the deck, your opponent draws a card on their turn, they get hit for 1,000, it comes back to your turn, and it shuffles itself back into the deck.
So basically, it does a roundabout just to do 1,000 damage.
Yes, that seems to be the trick. And shuffle the graveyard back in. And shuffle the graveyard back in. But that's actually might not be good.
That
might not be as
actually
good.
probably helps their opponent much more than you think.
Thank you for my strike back, by the way.
Just
Thanks for Geki.
yeah. All right. I'll move on.
Who wants to put Rat back in the deck? Let's be honest.
Everyone. Let's move on to Camion, the Time Lord. Fairy Earth, level 10 0/0, cannot be special summoned from the deck. Time Maiden negates this. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase of this card battle, shuffle 1 card your opponent controls into the deck. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Oh. Shuffle. It doesn't target for its shuffle effect. That's good.
Yeah, this is looking to be a troll deck, a trolley archetype.
I think it's more of a control deck.
Yeah.
Control/trolley. Controlly. If I can say.
All right, we got the wind one up next. This is Sadion. The time. Are they all whatever eons? Yes, they are. I wonder what they stand for. Sad, Cam, Laz, and Zap. Zaf. All right, but this is Sadion. Fairy Wind, level 10 0/0, cannot be special summoned from the deck. Time Maiden negates this. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled and you have less than 4,000 life points, your life points become 4,000. Once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Okay, so this basically, it's like, oh man, I'm riding on my last leg. I have 400 life points. Oh, never mind.
Thanks for bringing me back to full half power, Camion.
Yeah.
I mean, Sadion.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as Camion. I think Camion's a little bit better. So far, from what I've read, I like Camion the best. I think it has the most versatile effect. Doesn't target and puts it and spins it. I think that's great.
Next up is
Zaphion, the Time Lord. The water one.
We already know the first thing.
Yeah.
So
Zaphion,
we don't have to go over that again.
No, I'll do it. Cannot be special from the deck. If you have control no monsters, you can almost on this card without attributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Always take no battles from attacks involved in this card. At the end of the battle phase of this card, battle to shuffle all spell and trap cards your opponent controls into the deck. This card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can draw one card. Once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. This one's the best one. Never mind, I changed my mind.
Okay, so Zaphion is the best of them all.
Zaphion's a giant Trinade. The one thing I don't like about it is, who is it? It's Camion says you can't activate your effects in response to it. Zaphion needed that. Zaphion needed that. You can't activate cards in response in activation to this. Because basically it's like, all right, put them all back. No, strike.
Yeah.
No, Shutline, that new one, the Link one. Shutline, no. Negate. So, if I think she's still pretty good, though. And then if she is negated and destroyed, you get to draw a card. I think that's great. So even if... So I mean, this is a fun archetype. Yeah, this is definitely a casual archetype. I don't see this doing a lot. It seems like this is like the Dark Lords of this set, where the entire archetype comes in the one set.
Yeah.
That's
basically it.
Yeah. They all have like faces, and I thought their faces were supposed to be the guys from. Actually, hang on. The Earth one kind of looks like Crow.
They were actually, if I can recall, they were from the anime.
Yeah, they're supposed to be
basically the ones that.
And the blue
that
one
were
looks like
trying
Aki.
to kill
Zaphion
you
looks
say,
like Akiza.
and the rest of their group, because they destroyed the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from the future. Yeah, I think the Time
We're
Lords
here
are
to kill.
Time Lords are okay. I think if you play them as an archetype, it's going to be one of those clunky. What I do like is that it's like, oh, you don't have anything to tribute for me? That's fine. I'm here.
And now it's time to begin the chaos mayhem.
And the cool part
of.
All right, I was going to keep talking about him just a little bit.
Sorry. Wait, you can
since we're going over the archetype as a whole, Time Maiden is pretty good. I think Time Maiden's great. For the archetype it's in, I think it's pretty good. I think she's pretty good. As for the other Time Lords, this definitely seems to be an archetype where it's like, I have my one monster, I sit on my monster, that is what I do. And then it shuffles itself back into the deck and I summon another one.
Yeah.
His job is done.
Yep.
Next one comes out.
Yep. And I like how Time Maiden also has the special summon effect. So even if you have a Time Lord in your hand, it's like special summon her, tribute her, banish her, search.
Yeah.
So I like that. I think it's a lot better designed than some of the other. I have my big moss monster. That's what I sit on because I summoned it. Like Malefic or Earthbound Immortal. I think this deck is way better designed.
Ultimate
or what?
Or Falcon.
Ultimate Falcon. No, Ultimate Raid Raptors actually are a deck though. This is like one of those. I made the. I sit on the big monster decks.
Mech Lords.
Mech Lords.
Mech Lords are not. I sit on the big monster deck. Mech Lords are just bad. Moving on. This is where we get into the reprint. So I'm actually going to bring up the listing now. I'm going to show the lists on screen, and we're just going to talk about the reprints as we go down. For them.
Yeah, Lightsworn's.
Yep, we are.
Judgment Dragon's cool. Minerva.
Yeah. So let's go through some of the Lightsworn reprints just real quick because they aren't anything special. Layla the Lightsworn Sorceress. That's cool. Gareth the Lightsworn Warrior. He's neat. I don't know what he does. Lumina, the Lightsworn Summoner. That's great. Wolf is a good reprint. That's great that he's getting a reprint because he's the one that special summons himself from the grave.
Yeah. Dragon, Raiden.
Celestia, Dragon is good. Raiden, the Hand of the Lightsworn reprint is great. Fellis, the Lightsworn Archer. I believe she's their tuner. And the big one of the set. This is the one everyone's excited for. And this is the card I really do want to talk about. This is... let me take down the list. This is Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn. She is a YCS prize card, and she's coming in secret rare. She is a she's a generic level 4. She's 2 level 4 monsters. She's level 4. She's rank 4, 2,800. And her effect reads: you can detach one Xyz material from this card, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Very light Sorn. Then draw cards equal to the number of cards sent. Okay, there it goes. It reconnected the stream. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
Short prints. Minimum price.
Short print Minerva. My minimum price for her is like $40, maximum $80. I don't see her going above that. I don't see her going below that. If she is short printed. If she's not short printed, if she's actually a pretty common secret to pull, I still estimate around maybe $15.
Yeah, she'll still.
I think
she won't be as expensive as she is now.
Yeah, where the original printing is in the thousands and the newest one is like $300. So
yeah.
But yeah, she's a good card and she's a good reprint. I definitely see people picking up copies of her before WCQ and playing their Lightsorn zombies, their Lightsorn zombies.
So the next one, Vanity. This is going to be huge for True Draco.
What is that? Is that Vanity's Fiend? I think that's cool.
Fiend is the one that stops special summons.
I think that we're getting a Vanity's Fiend reprint is cool, especially in Ultra, since like the last one we got was super rare, I think.
We've got a Vanities in every rarity at this point.
So I think it's cool that he, she, whatever, I don't care. Vanity's Fiend's coming out. Crusader of Edimon. That is the card from a structure deck, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Cactus Bouncer. Why? Filler card. If I ever saw one.
Yeah.
Here's another cool reprint. We're getting Spellbook Magician of Prophecy as a reprint. I do like that's a reprint coming out. As someone who wants to play Prophecy Spellbook myself, as I got a bunch of the cards in an unfortunate event. Yeah, I'm glad that that's coming out. Definitely gonna have to pick up 2 more of that one, and still an ultra rare, which is good. Mermail Abystius, that's good that he's getting a reprint. We definitely needed it for the Mermail players. Here's a cool one. Am I disconnected again? I am disconnected from the chat again. There we go. Okay, I don't know what's up with it disconnecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Abystius.
Yep, that's cool. Definitely needed it for
Mermail. Yeah.
For Mermails. Yep.
Secret rare variant too.
Yeah.
Denko
Seka. That is great. I'm glad that she is in secret.
Yeah, that's a beautiful rarity for her.
Yeah, good reprint. Good card. Good reprint for a great card.
Yeah.
A card that I see too many times.
This next one is one of my big ones.
Yeah. Let me see where we are. Oh, Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier is definitely a card that needed a reprint.
I hate Galaxy Soldier.
To be fair, I'm running it in Galaxy.
It is.
So.
Yeah.
I don't hate it in Galaxy. I hate it in Cyber Dragons.
Hey, you leave him alone. I think Galaxy Soldier is good, and I do agree that it needed a reprint.
Another one because it's still sitting at $20.
Yeah, so
I hate the card, but it getting reprint is pretty cool. Yeah. I have to say.
Inferno and Deviati. Second, hang on.
Okay.
There it goes. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why the thing keeps popping out.
What was the last thing you were here for?
I was here for Nova Master.
Okay, so Adoration.
Adoration's
nice. It's fetching a decent price right now. So
yeah.
Archfiend Zombie Skull.
Good.
What is that? What even is that card?
It's the Synchro retrain of Summon Skull. It protects zombie monsters from effects. It's a level 6, needs Plague Spreader. It's one of the Plague Spreader synchros. He's only had 1 or 2 printings, and he's really old. So that's really cool that he's getting a reprint now, especially since he's not
I mistaked
a bad
it
card.
for Scrap Archfiend.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad he's getting a reprint.
Yeah, I don't play zombies, so
yeah.
I could
Dragoonity Knight. Gatorg.
Yeah, that's nice because that's had what one maybe 2 printings.
One printing out of STBL. I would have preferred White Mare out of STBL, but this is another good choice, especially since Dragoonities are kind of going up in price slowly but surely.
We also have Trishula, Dragon of the Ice
Why?
Barrier.
This card is weird to me because we just got a Trish reprint in Duelist Saga, so it's really weird to see her in another set so soon.
To be fair, though, Trish is still going for roughly $20.
Whoa! Hit my mic again. Yeah, I have a muscle spasm. Yeah, it's really weird that Trish is one of those cards that always sits in the $30 to $20 range. I think that this card, I don't think Trish is going to be short printed this time. I really think she's going to be one of the more common secret rares to pull out of this box.
I don't think the reason for the price is because of how limited it is. I think it's because how many people want one is the real thing.
Yeah, supply and demand.
Yeah. But there's definitely Trish's to go around with this set coming out.
Yeah.
Another really
Omega.
big one. Another really big one out of this
Omega.
set. Psyframe Omega, yeah.
I have nothing to say.
Just Omega.
He is definitely a good card. Definitely a good card, and a great secret rare to put into the set, especially since there's not been very many high-speed riders reprints.
Yeah. So Crystal Wing.
Oh, baby, my babe.
Yeah,
cool.
I definitely want
Crystal's great.
I feel Crystal Wing's gonna be short printed. I really think it is. But if it's not good, if it is short printed, it's not gonna be any more than the current price. So I'm gonna estimate this Crystal Wing out of this set might go for $20 to $30. I don't see it going above 40.
No, absolutely not. Okay.
MX Saber Invoker didn't need a reprint.
No.
We just, again, much like Trish, we just got a reprint of that card, so seeing it so soon is weird.
Yeah, and I mean the only deck I can think of right now that actually runs it, and not really anymore, is Zoo.
Yeah. So, moving on to Neo Galaxy Photon. Cool.
No, don't. It's gotten one printing, so it'll bring the price down, but the card's bad.
Yeah, it's just cool to see. It's like, all right, neat. It's a filler card, though.
Yeah.
Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. That's one of the Gaia cards.
I like it. It's the Xyz one. I like that Xyz actually, because you can slap it on top of a 5 or a 6, or make it naturally to 7s. So I like and it's not bad. It does pierce damage, and it's like 2,700. So yeah,
wow.
I think I've always thought Gaia Dragon was a good card, and I would love to pick up a copy. So I think it's a good card.
Okay, so
next up, one of our favorites. Well, one of my very favorite number cards, number 11, Big Eye.
Cool.
I just love using this card.
Big Eye didn't need a reprint.
Because of, I know it didn't need a reprint, but I just love this card. Like, it's like Z's effect, even being how small it is useful in some cases. Plus, if you're using it with a deck like Mecha Phantom Beasts, it could be pretty useful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying it's weird. It's not. I guess it's not really weird. We haven't gotten a reprint since Platinum Gold 2, but since Premium Gold 3. But I also don't think Big Eye really needed a reprint. He's pretty cheap right now.
Yeah.
I know. I just wanted to geek out about it.
Yeah.
So Tachyon.
That's kind of a weird choice for the set. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I did not expect
It is, but I think it's a good choice because Tachyon's still going for $20.
The base Tachyon goes for $20.
Really?
Around that, yeah.
All right, I'll call it a good reprint.
C Tachyon.
And
better.
Galaxy Tachyon is, I guess he's not, but one of the better level 8s. But he's a decent one.
Yeah.
Here he is. This is the one
CJ, you wanted
to
to talk about this one.
Exiton Knight. This is such a weird choice for the set. Being Evil Swarm Exiton Knight, which is one of the most balancing cards in the game. He's an ultra rare now, so he went down in rarity. I remember pulling a secret rare one forever ago. But it's still cool to see him, and this could mean that he might come off the ban list for Lynx, being that he's getting this reprint. And I really hope he does, because he could help out balance the game just so much more again. And it would be awesome to have this card back.
It would be nice to see him out of the ban list for now.
Yeah.
Bujanti Tsukuyomi.
Good. Needed a reprint. Definitely needed a reprint.
Yeah.
It's an annoying card, but I completely agree that it needed a reprint, and it's a great one for this set.
Okay, so Prime Photon. Prime Photon's going for $20.
Yep. It's also
are all the Photon Dragons that pricey?
Is it a 4,000? Isn't that the 4,000 one?
No, it's the 3,000 that revives itself at 6.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
It's that one.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
Phantom
The
Knight
Phantom Knight's a break sword.
There it is.
Break sword.
So many people said that this card was in this set, and before it got revealed, and so many people are so happy that this card is in. This is one of those cards that I don't think any of the cards that they were like, hey, check it out, this card's in this set, are going to be short printed. But I do think Minerva is going to be short printed, and I do think Crystal Wing may be short printed. But I don't think Omega, I don't think Trish, I don't think Breaksword is. Because those were three cards that they were like, check out the combos you can do with the cards out of this set. So I don't think those are going to be short printed at all. I think those are going to be some fairly common secret rares to get out of this set.
And if you thought we were done with Raid Raptors, we aren't.
The next two, let's just talk about the next two together. Forstrix and Satellite Cannon. I already explained Satellite Cannon's use.
Yeah.
Earlier. I mean, it's an 8. It's good. Forstrix is a searcher.
Yeah, Forstrix is great. It's a Wing Beast generic searcher. He's level 4. He was the short printed secret rare of Wing Raiders. I know because I watched Dark Inferno open 3 boxes worth of Ring Raiders and never open Forstrix. So it's great that he's getting a reprint in Ultra. Hopefully he'll be a little easier to pull this time around.
He's still gonna look better in secret though.
Yeah. Next up is Into the Void. This is another really weird choice for Konami to put in a set. Into the Void is a draw card, and its effect reads, activate only if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, draw a card, but during the end phase of this turn, discard all cards in your hand. So it's almost like a proto version of Card of Demise in a weird way. I still think that this card is fairly good. I think that this card will definitely see play.
Same.
Maybe not at maybe not at World Championships, maybe not anytime soon, but I definitely see this card being relevant at some point again. And with more access to it, I think that this card is gonna come back. We'll see it in more deck lists.
I know a guy who already planned on using that card for a synchro deck.
Yeah. So Spellbook of Secrets, this is the Searcher Spellbook, I believe.
Yes. Great that we're getting a reprint for it. I love it. It's good.
This is also one of the more expensive spellbooks, if I remember correctly.
Only comes in secret rare,
at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
I'm glad that it's getting a reprint. I would love to pick up some a couple copies more because I have the one secret rare, so it'd be great to get some more. Spellbook of Secrets is the main card for that deck.
Yeah.
It looks like for this, it got dropped down to ultra rare.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. What the hell is Miracle Contact?
All right, I actually feel really bad. So, for those of you who remember Blue Eyes White Devin, who used to be on some of our live streams, this Miracle Contact card is the card for Neospacians. He was complaining was $40.
Neospacians, I hate those guys.
This is
So it's an expensive card for a bad deck.
Yep. So it does need a reprint. I completely agree. It does need a reprint.
Yeah. Okay.
For an archetype as bad as Neospacians, this is their best card, and it definitely needs a cheaper version. I see this version sitting somewhere between $15 and $20.
Yeah.
Because this card is needed. Transmodify. If I'm right, the current version of Transmodify is sitting at somewhere between $10 and $12.
What is Transmodify? I've actually never heard of that card.
You take a monster and you you summon a monster that's the same type and attribute, but 1 level higher.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good in Sacred Beasts.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one's a big one, Anti-Spell Fragrance.
Oh.
This is gonna see play. Maybe not this version, but Anti-Spell is one of those cards that you're always gonna see in the side deck, and making this card more available to more players this way, making it just like a broader thing, I really hope that this card is printed a lot, that we see multiple play sets of Anti-Spell Fragrance pulled out of boxes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. Truly agreed. Because it could kill decks.
Yeah.
This is an amazing card. This card shuts down Pendulums.
It kills it. I've always said that Anti-Spell Fragrance should be banned because it stops an entire mechanic, and I still believe in that. I still believe Anti-Spell should be banned because it kills an entire mechanic of the game. It's unhealthy. I think that since we have Imperial Order, we should bump Imperial Order to 2 and take Anti-Spell off the unlimited list and put it down to either 1 or banned. Just because it kills an entire mechanic. I'm not saying this is a salty Pendulum player. I'm saying this from a game standpoint. It's not healthy.
You do have a good point.
It's not healthy in a game when a deck.
I can completely agree with that. Yeah, shutting down an entire mechanic.
Yeah, you're literally locking you're giving players who aren't playing the Pendulum mechanic such a big advantage over the Pendulum player. And while Pendulum is a little broken right now, it's already dead in Link. And making Anti-Spell still at 3 in Link format, where Pendulum is already crippled, where everything is already crippled, is just going to kill that mechanic. And you're going to exclude players who want to play Pendulum from your game, and it's not healthy.
Yeah.
I'll make an entire video about why Anti-Spell Fragrance should be banned, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Different Dimension Ground. Please refresh me on what this is.
This is a good card. This is a good card. It banishes. It banishes. It banishes. It banishes. It banishes.
Banishes what?
A card, one of your opponent's monsters. I believe if your opponent attacks you, you banish that monster, or you can banish stuff from the graveyard when it's set there. I will actually look it up real quick. Different. I don't know how. I'll just spell dimension ground. Different dimension ground.
S-I-O-N, not T-I-O-N.
This turn, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead.
Huh.
So it's Darklaw, except it's a one-turn Darklaw.
I really want this card. I'm so happy that this card is getting reprint. I really want it. I really want it. I really want it.
And the final card we have is Artifact Sanctum, which I believe is the field spell for the Artifact archetype.
It's the trap card.
It's the trap, but it's broken as hell against Zoo.
It is. It's good. The Artifact Sanctum getting another reprint. This is its 3rd print. This time getting a rarity bump from Ultra to Secret. I think it coming up from Ultra is good. I definitely think it's deserving of the Secret Rare. Artifact Sanctum's good. Hopefully it won't be short printed. I see this new version of Artifact Sanctum sitting $5-8.
Yeah.
But it is also a secret rare. So
yeah, but the current version of Artifact Sanctum only sits around $15, so.
Yeah. Okay, so you were wanting to discuss decks that we think we might see.
Yeah, alright, so decks I think we might see at YCS or at WCQ. I definitely think we're gonna see the Zark Magicians, maybe even use Lancer Dragon. I definitely think we're gonna see Odd Eyes Venom Dragon in extra decks. I don't necessarily think we'll see him on the field, but I think he'll be in the extra decks. I think we'll see Minotaur have some play maybe, and I do think Dissolver might get a little bit of play depending on the build. I think we're gonna see
I feel there's going to be a lot of use for Synchron.
I definitely think we're gonna see Synchron in the builds.
And it may not even get past day one, but I'm really hoping we see some Raptors.
Yeah. Another deck I think we might see at WCQ, at least at some tables, and I hope they get a feature match. I think we're going to see Glad Beast. I hope we see Glad Beast. Glad Beast is one of those decks that has always been able to kind of compete. Whenever format changes up and people are experimenting, you always see Glad Beast and Mermail pop up. I do think we're going to see a little bit of Mermail action going on.
Oh, yeah.
At
Mermails
WCQ,
don't die.
especially with these new Synchro monsters. I think we're going to see some of them.
Dinos.
We're definitely going to see Dinos.
Definitely.
We're definitely going to see Dinos. Giant Rex is too good not to play. I see him getting played. I 100% guarantee you we're going to see some Minerva Sworn going on. Pure Minerva Sworn and Minerva Sworn zombies. 60 card variants, even with the one lawn mowing, I do see at YCS, at WCQ North America. I'm calling it now. We're going to see that. As for D2Ds, while we are getting some new cards, they're not good enough to help us compete with True Draco yet. So I don't think we're going to see D2D. I don't think we're going to see Abyss Actor. A lot of the archetypes in this set probably won't see play at...
Including Time Lords.
Including Time Lords will not see play.
No.
At all.
But in archetypes I do think we will see at WCQ, and things that will be from this set that I think we will see are definitely the Gladiator Beasts. I think we're going to see those. Even just day one, I 100% think someone will play Glad Beasts. I think we're going to see some Mermails. I think we're going to see Zark Magicians pop up again. That deck just came out, so I assume. And it didn't do horrible at a regionals from what I remember, and it got into and a couple of them got into tops and Euros, so that's cool. So especially now that we have access to Light's Revenge and Euros didn't, we have a little bit of an advantage. I do think we're gonna see the Dino deck, Pure Dinosaurs, see more play than Dino Zoo variants and Dino True King variants.
I say we also may see some Poem decks.
Maybe not Poem. We won't see Poem. I'm going to call it now. There will be no Poem, but we will see Zark Magician. Zark Magician is the preferred
Zark
build
Magician
right now.
is going to be huge because it was just released.
It was just released and it's doing okay. It's not doing great, but it's doing good enough to compete and cause problems, which is enough for the deck to do stuff.
And I can hope wishful thinking for Raptors.
If we do, again, along with me, the Glad Beasts, that's just because I want to see it. Your version of Raptors is what I'm hoping for Glad Beasts. Even though I don't play the deck, I do want to see this deck fight against something at YCS. Again, Light's Revenge comes out Friday, and WCQ is Saturday for North America. So this is big. Yeah. This set comes out right before WCQ. These cards will be legal for WCQ North America. I definitely think that we're going to see a bit more variety than what Euros had. Granted, WCQ is always going to have a lot of Zoo decks. We're going to have a lot of Zoo variants, and we're going to have a lot of True King and True Draco variants. I guarantee you. But I do think Pure Dinosaur is going to make a bit of a comeback in the meta. I think we're going to see more Pure Dinosaur than we are used to. I think we're going to see at least day one Mermails, Glad Beasts, and Zark Magicians, and I do think day two, of course, I think day two is going to be consumed by True King Dino, Pure True King, Pure Zoo, and maybe we'll see some Invoked Wind Witch, and Zark Magician. I'm personally rooting for anyone who plays Invoked Wind Witch. I'll make a deck list for my version soon.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for anyone with Zark Magicians because I've seen those things in play and they are powerful.
Yeah, this is definitely a deck that is interesting to watch.
I'm agreeing with Zark Magicians because I've seen Zark Magicians in action, and if you know what you're doing, you can decimate people.
Oh yeah, I saw a that went toe to toe with Pure Zoo.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
and I believe he won that match too.
Yeah. I think that's all we got for stuff that we want to talk about. We've talked about its impact on the meta. We've talked about.
I want. The one thing I'll say at the end here is the dimension box already.
Yeah, we're getting. Yeah, I do wish that set would come out already. So.
Because there's Lunas in there that I want, but
yeah,
that's different stream for a different time.
Yep. All right. Good stream. This has been Team Northwest Warriors. I'm Nod Lammers.
I'm Dark Inferno. James the Great here for a brief second.
And I'm Mudon King.
And that's all we have. No fancy outro.